Hey, this is Seth with In Demand Career. I show people how to get life-changing jobs in digital marketing with no previous experience or education. And this is my patented digital marketing career walkthrough video for April 2022. I'm going to walk you through just a handful of the almost 280,000 open digital marketing jobs in the United States. There's hundreds of thousands more open jobs throughout the world, but I do focus on the US. And let's take a look at some of these opportunities. So the first thing I want to show you is actually a job posting that is no longer accepting applications. Well, why is that? It's because one of my students was hired in this position. I haven't posted his testimonial yet, but he basically says he got a remote PPC job making $47K, which is fantastic entry-level salary, guys. That's really great. There's people, it's college graduates who are making half that coming out of school. But he actually, I wish I had taken a screenshot, but there were over 100 applicants, and that's something I'm going to focus on. And you've heard me say it before. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to show you not to be intimidated when you see lots of applicants, because most of them probably are not as qualified as you if you've taken the course and applied what I teach. So Scott got this job. Very, very excited for him. And I just wanted to kind of take you through a couple other students. This is Alex Hernandez. He got a job making $55K. I am about to post his testimonial. Kendi is somebody who had been at, she'd been working a full-time job, so she had, took her a while to get here, but she got an SEO job. Very happy for her. And this is a funny meme that somebody posted, and actually, this is actually a real thing. It's not made up. This is an extreme example, obviously, guys, but what my whole point with all these walkthrough videos is to get you to think about your competition when you see there's a lot of applicants like this. Chances are you are not competing with people who are more qualified than you, because there is still a lack of skilled workers in this field. So there's people, when I tell you that hiring managers are going to be happy to see you, that's, this is what I want you to visualize, and that's how you get students like I just showed you getting hired with no experience. And then here's Ivy, another person who I totally forgot to post her testimonial, or she just got back to me because she started the course back in 2020. I'm going to get into all the details when I repost this on Instagram. But basically, she got an SEO coordinator position making $50 to $65K at Crate & Barrel. So Crate & Barrel, that's a big company. So you shouldn't be afraid to shoot high, because even with no experience, people are hiring. They want the skills. So let's dig into it. Now, the first opportunity I saw is from digital marketing specialist at Nationwide Marketing Group. And this is a company that has hired my students. And I said, if you're one of my students, you should look for companies that have hired my students in the past. So this is Ariane Murray is working here. And here, actually, he posted, this was back in August 2021. He was so excited. He posted his offer letter. This is also Kayshawn, if you remember. He got hired here making $52K. Now he even has moved up to $75K, but they got their start at this agency, Nationwide Marketing Group. And it says here, minimum 1 to 2 years Google Ads and Facebook Ads experience. What do I always tell you? That's code for we want somebody who has any knowledge or experience. None of my students who got hired at this company had 1 to 2 years experience, and they definitely didn't have experience managing $10,000 a month, but they were trained into that. So as I tell you again and again, ignore every single, not every single, you can ignore a lot of what is said in these job postings, and I'm teaching you in these walkthroughs how to decipher them. And here's the other thing, as I've said, if you have LinkedIn Premium, you can see what your competitors have, and in this case, some of them do have digital marketing and Google Ads experience, but the fact that it looks like people are putting in, again, leadership and then programming means they're not, I bet you a lot of these people who have applied out of these 97 applicants have a programming background, because people still don't understand what digital marketing is. They still think it has something to do with programming and coding, which it doesn't. I don't know how to code at all. None of my students do. But the point is, this company's hired my students before. You're going to stand out. You'll be compelling, and I definitely think this is a great opportunity. And there's Ariane, there's Kayshawn, and there we go. So now let's dig more into some of these other opportunities. So here is Stego Industries, digital marketing and paid media specialist. Now this is interesting because you see this really big range, $65,000 to $90,000 a year. That is a huge range. Campaign setup, plan, create, and manage PPC campaigns, write compelling ad copy, optimize PPC, what we teach in the course, communication, writing. Now, what's really interesting is I think this is kind of crazy where it says the salary range is 65 to 90K, and it says here 1+ years of hands-on digital marketing experience. Guys, this is one of those unicorn opportunities. When you see 1 year, remember, that means they really need somebody that has this skill set. Okay, 1 year, and again, even if it says 3 years or 5 years, I tell you to apply for those jobs anyway. But the ones that say 1 year is it's usually a lower barrier for entry. So you show up with your knowledge, your experience, the projects you've worked on from the course. You'd have a very good shot at this opportunity. And also, again, using LinkedIn Premium, I can see none of the other people applying have PPC skills. They've got WordPress, customer service, Adobe Creative Suite, photography, editing, Microsoft Word, video editing. Now, I've said this in other walkthrough videos. I'm going to repeat it again and again. I have been in a hiring position at an agency, okay? This job has 137 applicants, probably because it is remote. So you're sitting there. You need someone to handle these PPC accounts. You need someone that has PPC experience. Now, who's applying, though? People with experience in photography, lighting, Microsoft Word, editing, and customer service. So you are like tearing your hair out. You're like, oh my God, I just wish somebody who knew anything about PPC would show up. Boom. That's when you show up, guys. So this is called Stego Industries. Oh, and it's a little Stegosaurus. That's cute. I think this is a great opportunity. And I'm going to show you the examples like these again and again, because you want to really feel confident that you are going to be a compelling candidate, guys. Remember that photo, okay? People aren't applying, obviously, with anything this ridiculous, but when these guys are talking about PPC, shopping feed, ROI, CPA, KPIs, very specific stuff that you guys have all learned about, and people are applying with experience in Adobe Photoshop, lighting, Word, editing, and Creative Suite, and photography, it's kind of the equivalent of this. I mean, really, guys, like seriously, you're like, hey, it's a PPC job. Well, I know how to take photographs, so I'll apply for this digital marketing job. No, you have a much better, really good shot at getting a job like this. Let's see. This one, I just saw this one. Paid Search Digital Marketing Manager. It's been up for a week, 47 applicants. Highly organized, the ability to think strategically. If you love digital marketing, I love language like that. Create campaign plans, including budget, targeting, creative recommendations like Google Ads, Facebook Ads, Microsoft, LinkedIn, etc. And again, guys, I know it requires a degree in marketing. It doesn't. And then it says equivalent experience. It really, guys, you've heard me rant about this again and again. This is an outdated, it's almost like saying, women must be married by the time they're 30 or they become an old maid. It's like an outdated belief that's ridiculous. So like, if these guys actually looked at what marketing majors are learning, they would not require this, because these marketing majors are learning nonsense. And again, I've had my students who don't have marketing degrees, don't even have degrees, get hired for positions because of their skill sets. And again, they're saying 3+ years of experience, but once again, look who is applying. Some people have general digital marketing, but when you see just digital marketing, that's not compelling. You want to see something like, to think of that, to see it as a competitive, like you have a lot of competition for the position. It needs to say specifically Google Ads, search engine management, SEO. All these people have that are applying for this job, all those 47 other people have is social media marketing, which honestly doesn't even mean Meta or Facebook advertising. It usually means organic. Usually means they don't have that skill set. Strategic planning, team leadership, research, Microsoft Word, email marketing, customer service, leadership, and digital strategy. So again, you show up with your knowledge of Google Ads. You are already standing out from everybody else who's applying for this position. This one is interesting because digital marketing strategist, it has been up for a week and they've had 3 applicants. In fact, okay, so you can see these guys, it looks like somebody who applied has Google Ads, but the other people have customer service and CPR. Okay, that's funny. Let me actually talk about the job itself. So San Diego-based iMatrix, digital marketing strategist, PPC, video marketing, SEO, world-class client experience, client accounts in SEO, PPC, what I teach in the course, Google Ads certification, absolutely. I'm glad they actually put it as a requirement, because remember, guys, I say when they say it's preferred, that means, again, it's like a truck driver saying a license is preferred. Like, you should have certification. So that's a good sign right there. And if you apply and you've taken my course, you will be certified. But what's really funny to me is they've only had 3 applicants. Maybe one of them has Google Ads, but somebody literally has CPR. cardiopulmonary resuscitation, time management, and customer service are some of the other things that your 3 competitors have. So I would definitely check out this opportunity here. Here is Overstock. So the reason I showed you Crate and Barrel and how Ivy got that job with no experience is because you can get hired by a really big company with very little experience. So Overstock has a great opportunity here. They've had 25 applicants in 5 days, which isn't even that much. Like a big company like Overstock, I would have thought they would have hundreds of applicants for a remote job. But basically, paid search specialists assisting in the continued growth of the paid search program, optimizing keywords, landing pages, related components across the program, building and optimizing keywords and related web pages, which must mean landing pages, analytics, etc. I love equivalent training and experience. I love it. You've had equivalent training experience. Actually, it's not even equivalent. You've had better training and experience than a bachelor's degree. And then it says 1 to 3 years of experience dedicated paid search engine marketing. That's awesome. Whenever it says 1 to 3 years, remember I told you if it says 1 year, that's great. If it says 1 to 3 years, that means these guys are thinking, we really wish we could find someone with a lot of experience, but we're totally and completely open to somebody with no experience because we need somebody that knows anything. And this is a big company. I've said that like 3 or 4 times, but I just want to drive that home, guys. Don't be intimidated. I love how it says Microsoft Excel presentation skills. What they really mean to say is you should have search engine management, account structure, Google Ads knowledge. And if we look, so in this particular situation, it looks like some of the applicants do actually have search engine marketing experience and Google Analytics. So that's okay. It should be that way. There should be, I mean, God help these companies. There should be a few other people that actually have these skill sets. Not every one of them is going to be a complete slam dunk, but you still have a really good shot at this one. And then remember, the other skill sets from those other 25 people include like Microsoft Office, customer service, Microsoft Excel. A lot of people, I think, because they put this under skills, Excel, people who have Excel who don't know anything about digital marketing are more than likely applying for this position as well. Which again puts you in a great position because given the choice between somebody that knows about Excel or somebody who knows about digital marketing and Excel, you will definitely have the upper hand. Let's see here. Digital marketing strategist, education dynamics. 4 days ago, 14 applicants responsible for the growth and performance of PPC. Develop, execute, and manage digital marketing strategies. Test and performance of ad creative, landing page design, etc. Google Analytics, Facebook Blueprint, or related certification. They mean Google Ads certification, search certification. And then again, 1+ year experience. Perfect. 1+ year experience, guys. Google Ads certification, Microsoft Excel, pivot tables. Huh? That's why I put that in the course. All that stuff. But once again, look at out of the 14 applicants for this position, look at your competition. Digital marketing, general, okay. But look at the other stuff. Marketing, Microsoft Office, web content creation, Adobe Photoshop, critical thinking. Let me put that. I would never put that on my resume as. I mean, I do encourage people to say that you're a creative thinker, but like critical thinking to me is something you have to demonstrate by actually doing it. Organizational skills, website project management, team spirit. I don't think, I don't look down on any of these skills, but I think as far as when you're competing for a highly valuable, high income skill set, a job like this, you should have some hard skills on your resume, which is what I teach you how to have in the course. Things like branding, organizational skills. My point is, guys, you have a really good shot at this position as well. Here is Morning Consult, which is a global decision intelligence company, changing how modern leaders make smaster farter. Faster, smarter, better decisions. Digital marketing specialist, facilitate the execution of our top of funnel paid media lead generation. It's got to be Google Ads, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, digital media paid campaign execution. 1 to 2 years of digital marketing experience. And it says internships count. Bing, bing, bing. It's another good indication, guys, that they are looking for people who just have the knowledge. And they say familiarity with marketing acronyms like ROAS, return on ad spend, CPC, CPM, CPA, CAC. The fact that they put familiarity with those acronyms also indicates they are looking for somebody who is hungry and has the knowledge, not someone who's got millions of dollars in ad spend experience. Proficiency in Excel. This is bachelor's degree. They're like, but relevant professional certifications, meaning Google Ads certifications, and self-improvement, learn and grow. And yeah, this looks like a really good opportunity. And once again, because of the way it's worded, 5 days ago, 74 applicants, remote job, morning consult. Guys, if you're in the course, I would apply to this because look at your competition. Some people have digital marketing. We got communication, social media marketing, public speaking, public relations, teamwork, and research. I don't see a single Google Ads, PPC, SEM, or SEO. Well, this isn't SEO, but I don't see any paid search experience in any of these other applicants. So that's a really good opportunity right there. Okay, here's the next one. And guys, I don't script these videos. I just open up all these job postings and I just riff, which you can probably tell now you can see my face. And sometimes I make a blunder, but I usually keep it in because I think it's pretty funny. Here's Ferguson Enterprises, remote 2 weeks ago, national and local businesses, paid social. Now, guys, most people don't even know what that means, paid social. And most people think social media marketing is like posting stuff on TikTok or on Facebook or on Twitter. No, paid social means Facebook and Instagram ads, and maybe LinkedIn ads, but primarily Facebook and Instagram ads. When it says 1 year social media ads manager experience. Now, then they go ahead and say Facebook, Google ads, Microsoft ads. Those are different things. So this is another reason why I do this in the course. I teach you Google ads, I teach you Facebook, Instagram ads. I want you to have the whole breadth of knowledge of all the different platforms, especially for job postings like this, because it says paid social media. So you can come in with lead with your Facebook experience if you have that, but you could also come in with your Google ads experience and be like, which one is this? Do you want me to do all this stuff? Because I can do all that stuff, and I think you will definitely stand out. It's been up for 2 weeks. Honestly, it says Insight will only display when there are 3 more applicants. I don't think anyone's applied, which is really nuts. But it just speaks, again, to the incredible supply of jobs and incredible demand for jobs and low supply of skilled workers. Or equivalent experience. This looks like a really good opportunity. I would definitely check this out if you have an interest. Most of my students, again, you're getting SEO and PPC, Google Ads jobs. But if you have an interest in Facebook ads, I would definitely go that way. I've had a lot of students, remember Roberto, working on $1 million accounts with like Subway and Hilton Hotels. There's a lot of room to grow in Facebook ads as well. So let's see. This one is a really good, looks like a really good opportunity. It looks a little bit more competitive. And remember, because it looks like the people applying actually do have SEO, SEM, and analytics experience, which is okay because you do as well. This one probably has so many applicants because 153. And what's really funny is, so here's what's interesting. When it says $36,000 a year full-time remote, that to me is another indication that this could be a really good entry-level job for you guys. $36,000 a year is not a good salary in digital marketing, but it is a great entry-level salary. Meaning, what is the strategy for the course? The first job is just to get that experience. So even if they're paying you $30,000 a year, that's fine so long as you get to manage accounts. And within 6 months of managing accounts and building your resume, you can pivot to a $60K a year job. Now, why I think this would be an interesting opportunity is that I'm very curious out of 153 applicants for a job that's paying this much, even if they have these things on their resume, I think you're going to be competing with a lot of people at your level, very, very newcomers to this position, because anybody with even 6 months of experience is not going to accept $36,000 a year if that's what they're actually paying. Which, with LinkedIn, it's pretty accurate, but you never know. So in this case, this is an SEO job, so they want you to know about understanding of search engine optimization on and off-site SEO knowledge, which is kind of funny because I don't know if it says what makes you stand out in understanding of SEO. Well, shouldn't that be the primary thing that you have? This makes me think that if you apply for this position and you submit the project that I include in the course, you will definitely stand out from the other applicants. But it looks really cool because it's remote, flexible schedule, paid time off, birthdays off, blah, blah, blah. It looks like it could have a good culture, but to be careful. Some companies these days, if they're trying to replace a living wage or a good salary with their cool culture, that's not a good long-term investment. But when you're starting out, any any place you can get your hands on more and bigger accounts is what you want. You want to put aside your desire to have 60K for 3 to 6 months just to build that experience. It's like Justin keeps messaging me while I'm doing this video. Hey, Justin, I'll get back to you. This is Dr. Logic in Plano, Texas. Hybrid, meaning it's probably, I think you actually do have to move there for it. SEM, engage in all facets of clients' SEM campaigns, planning, implementation, monitoring, optimization. Okay, so now why did I pick this one? It says 3 to 5 years of experience with high volume paid search campaigns. And then it says knowledge of Google Ads. I really hope if you have 3 to 5 years of experience managing high volume search campaigns, you have knowledge as well. Otherwise, you're just like, yeah, I'm just clicking buttons and I've been doing this for 5 years, you know? Hope it works. Experience working with Google Ads Editor, which you should have from doing that course, Google Ads certification, self-starter, and, oh, that's why, 2 applicants. So it's been up for a week and they've had 2 applicants. So that either means, okay, so this is probably because, you know, some companies, and everybody complains about this, but I'd like to give you, I think this is a very winning attitude to have about this, is that it says 3 to 5 years experience and it says entry level. So, you know, a lot of these companies, I don't know who does the posting. It's usually a human resource person, and they may not be the brightest person, or I don't know why you would put 3 to 5 years experience on an entry level position, but it says entry level. So even if it says 3 to 5 years here, my rule for you guys is to ignore years required all the time. And if they ask you, like, why did you apply? Which they won't do that. But if they ever did ask you about it, you say, you guys posted it under entry level. And I'm trusting that you're a big company. You're full of very smart, professional people. You wouldn't put it entry level if it wasn't. It's such a simple thing. So the burden is on these guys. Apply for the job. And you never know, guys. I've told you, when I was in the middle of my career in the beginning, I applied for senior positions, and I got one of my best jobs ever from doing that. It said management, 7 years experience required. I applied with 1 year experience. They said, actually, I got a different job. Not that job. Not the 7-year job, but I got a different job. So my point with all these things is to inspire you to not be intimidated. Let's see. This one, question mark. A week ago, 98 applicants. Are digital marketers looking for an opportunity to experience the full breadth of marketing communications? Creative, driven, and organized. Sounds like a cool place. Implementing campaign activities, digital channels, website, email, social channels. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry guys. This one got me really excited. So this looks like it's a little more social media and email marketing, which is fine. I've had students get jobs in email marketing. It says 2 years experience in a similar role. And again, this is not paid search or SEO. It is in digital marketing. Technically, the reason I put it on here is because nobody out of these 98 applicants has any clue. Leadership, teamwork, Microsoft Excel, Photoshop, Creative Suite, Word, customer service, Illustrator, research, and InDesign. Okay, nothing on here. This is still digital marketing. Whether it's posting, doing social media posts, or email marketing, which means you have to do copywriting and engagement and analyze the data about the emails that are being sent out. It's still in the world of digital marketing or using WordPress. So people, maybe because it says creating visual content, which by the way, that is also another little bit of a red flag. I still say talk to a company like this, but if they want you to create visual content and do all this other stuff, they say no. If you want visual content, you have to hire a graphic designer. That's a job. It's called a graphic designer. I'm not going to do digital marketing, work on your analytics, copywriting, and try to get you more traffic and build your creatives. So, I think that's probably why a lot of these people applied, though, with like Adobe Creative Suite and Photoshop. They just literally probably focused in on the visual thing here and ignored all this other stuff. But you can literally, I want you guys to get into the habit, if you're in my course or if not, this is a great time to be looking for work, guys, because employers are scared. Employers are desperate for people. People are quitting their jobs. They're not taking it anymore. So if you get into a job that looks like it's okay or good and you feel like you can communicate, don't be afraid to set your boundaries. You can even apply to a job where they say we want you to do SEO and SEM and do videos or something and graphics. You say, listen, I am happy to do your paid Google ads, but I'm not going to do graphic design because I'm not a graphic designer and it's not fair for you to ask me to do that. You need to pay someone else to do that. And as you guys do interviews, I want you to get comfortable standing up like that and speak up and don't care so much if you get the job. being true to yourself and being honest and direct feels so good. And so many people in the workforce become really restrained, and we don't speak up for what you actually need. So I would say, just for practice even, go after one of those jobs and just be honest with them about what you need. I would do that. This one looks really good. This is a solar digital marketing specialist. This is obviously for a solar company, which is cool. Digital marketing campaigns, Facebook. Okay, so now they're talking about Facebook, Snapchat, Google Display, YouTube ads, and native advertising. Now, this is where I would come in. I actually didn't see that when I first looked at this opportunity. I mean, this is display advertising is very broad if you're in my course. You know, Google search is very, very targeted. So I would even ask these guys and come in and say, are you guys sure you don't want to do Google search? Because people searching for like information on solar electricity are going to be much better prospects than just randomly throwing out, you know, YouTube videos all over the place, which a lot of advertisers do that, but that's more for like big brands that you've probably seen, the, you know, insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies and stuff like that. But it does say, right, engaging, copy, digital ads, paid social media, display. Yeah, I would definitely get in there and say, you know, are you guys sure you don't want to do search? But, and the other thing is Facebook, which Facebook technically is display advertising. It's just very, it's much more targeted. So this is more of a, from what you learned in my course, more of a Facebook, Instagram focused thing. But I would also come in there and ask them if they, you know, if they plan on doing search marketing, and, you know, they should not ignore Google search. But it says here 1 to 2 years professional experience, and again, this is another one where nobody applying has any idea. Creative writing, social media marketing, Adobe Illustrator copywriting, social networking, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and leadership. So again, there's nobody on there who has dedicated display network advertising, which is why I earmarked this. Because again, 51 applicants, when you get 51 resumes in front of your face with nobody that knows what they're doing, when you guys show up, you're a breath of fresh air, even if you don't have that much display experience. Here is New Horizon Academy in Plymouth, Minnesota. Now this is on site, so that's a little bit, obviously if you don't live in Minnesota, and I don't really recommend moving to Minnesota in the winter, but this is one of those situations, guys, where I've said before, it's like people move across the country to go to college and go into debt and learn nothing. You could move to another city, even if you don't know anybody, and look at it like a big internship, because whatever you do here is going to level you up to the next job. So this is create, organize, and execute multiple digital marketing campaigns, plan, build, and implement campaigns, copywriting. Oh, it says develop visual assets. You gotta tell these guys, what are you guys talking about? If you're talking about PPC or SEO, there should be no visual assets. And when it says develop visual assets, you'd say I'm fine working with a graphic designer. I do not do graphic design myself. Whatchamacallit. But once again, everybody, like, look, market research, Excel, organizational skills, public speaking, Chinese, which, by the way, is a valuable language to know, but has nothing to do with advertising for New Horizon Academy, cash handling, customer service, and there's been only 5 applicants. So again, you want to, come into these opportunities. I teach you to analyze these job postings, so you come here feeling really confident. You're like, these guys, they're not getting anyone of quality. So when you show up, you should feel like $1 million. You should feel very confident. Okay, guys, we're almost done. Thanks for bearing with me. I have to have like 2 air conditioners on in the afternoon in Thailand because it is so hot, and I'm still sweating, even with 1 air conditioner on in the distance. So I wish I could turn them all off so the audio would be pristine, but unfortunately, if you hear buzzing, that's what that is. And I'm testing out, shooting a video while I do one of these walkthroughs. If you're still watching, let me know what you think. Do you like having the video of me? Is it distracting? I thought I'd give it a shot. So just a couple more opportunities. So Penguin Strategies, U.S. Digital Marketing Specialist, 3 weeks ago, 100 applicants, which tells me right away they haven't found anybody, right? So again, don't be intimidated by those 100 applicants. It says 3 years of experience in digital marketing and content writing, knowledge of inbound marketing strategies. That means this is more of an SEO position. This is for somebody who's into content. If you don't like writing, if you can't stand writing, this is not for you. But if you're one of those, a lot of my students like paid, a lot of them like SEO. Some people like the technical analysis and the strategy, and some people like the content strategy aspect of it. So if you're, if this is an SEO position, also known as inbound marketing, I would definitely take a look at this one because, once again, look at the competition. 100 applicants, 3 weeks, And the people applying are skilled in Adobe Illustrator, press releases, photography, illustration, graphic design, printing, branding, consulting. Now, someone does have content strategy, which is the only relevant skill set I see here. But 100 applications, it's been up for 3 weeks, it's remote. Again, the likelihood is they have not found anybody even remotely appropriate, pun intended, for this remote job. So this is a really good opportunity for people who have an interest in SEO and content marketing. And this is the last one. This I thought was interesting was AmericanEagle.com. This is the name of a digital marketing agency. And one of the other things, one of the things you can do is go on Glassdoor when you find a company and do a little research. Because I saw that it was called AmericanEagle.com, and I was like, what? That's the name of a clothing company. This sounds like it could be kind of sketchy. But actually, when I went to their Glassdoor site, I saw that it has a lot of really positive reviews. It's got like 132 reviews, a lot of salaries. So it's like they've got good reviews, they've got bad reviews, which every company is pretty much going to have, but it looks like a legit company. And their job is a family-owned web design development digital marketing agency, creating campaign strategies, creative recommendations, landing pages, blogs, social media, etc. 1 to 3 years digital marketing role, experience managing and leading SEO, SEM initiatives. Now, this is what's so funny to me is that out of these skill sets, experience creating content calendars is the least valuable and the least in demand and the least high income skill. It's like, dude, anybody can create a content calendar. It's like literally just like, oh, I'm going to write a blog post on Tuesday and then on Thursday and then on Friday. SEO and SEM is so much more complicated. So it's okay, again, maybe human resources put this together. The SEO, SEM thing should be at the top. But experience with a variety of tools like Google Analytics, Google Ads, Sales, Screaming Frog, and SEMrush. These other things like Salesforce, Marketing Cloud, Pardot, again, these are not, you can learn those things if you want. You don't need them for most jobs. But anyway, the point was that, yes, some of the applicants do have SEO experience, which is great. But it says this is SEM. I don't see a single person applying that has SEM experience. You got Google Analytics, and you got Excel, market research, Salesforce, analytics, brand marketing, competitive analysis, and social media marketing. So 16 applicants, it's been up for a week. Good company. I would definitely apply for this. You can send them your PPC project, your SEO project. You will definitely stand out from the rest of the candidates. So anyway, guys, that does it for this week's digital marketing career walkthrough. I have just been talking for like 30 minutes straight, so I'm going to get a drink of water. But I really hope that this has been beneficial and informative and inspiring to you. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. And if you haven't yet seen my free webinar on how to get a $60,000 a year career in digital marketing with no previous experience or education, please click the link below and sign up for that. And if you want to take my full training program that has transformed the lives of thousands of people and help them get careers in digital marketing, and more every week I get messages from people, and it's so exciting. If you want to go right into the full program, there's a link for that below as well. If you have any questions, you can email me, Seth@digitalcareerblueprint.com, or leave a comment below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next month.